this man witnessed something unsettling right outside his home. His ex-girlfriend, whom he had recently left, was now dating his father-in-law. The sight was so ironic it nearly drove him mad. So when his father-in-law drove away, Jingxian rushed up to the woman demanding an explanation. Why of all people she had to date his father-in-law, and what on earth she was trying to achieve. Minxiu calmly replied, asking if she wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. When she refused to end her relationship with his father-in-law, Jingxian tried threatening her by involving their family. But this time Minxiu wasn't intimidated at all. She pulled out her phone ready to call Silan to expose his secret with her brother. Her counter-threat instantly made Jingxian nervous. He lost control, grabbing the phone in anger, until his foster mother appeared and stopped their confrontation. There was no way Jingxian could accept his ex becoming his stepmother. Yet he couldn't stop his father-in-law from continuing the romance, so he decided to tell his wife everything. He claimed his sister must be dating the older man for money, explaining that Minxiu grew up in comfort, and after her family went bankrupt, she probably just wanted a wealthy man to rely on. Hearing this, Silan immediately changed her view of her sister-in-law. If Minxiu really was that greedy for money, then dating her brother's father-in-law was crossing a line. If they ever got married, what would that even make their relationship? So the next day Silan went to her father, begging him not to take her sister-in-law as a partner, otherwise their family dinners would be unbearably awkward. But her father didn't care about gossip at all. He simply told his daughter to stay out of his personal life. With persuasion failing, Silan went to Minxiu to express her thoughts, saying that dating her father put Jingxian in a terrible position. If she really needed money, she could just say so. As her sister-in-law, she'd never let her struggle alone. But if she was doing this just to become her brother's stepmother for money, then it said everything about her character. So Silan urged her to end the relationship quickly. Minxiu realized Jingxian must have spoken to his wife, but she had no words to argue back. Even though she wasn't dating the older man for money, she did have her own hidden motives for being with Taishan. To avoid people thinking she was after his wealth, she returned all the clothes he had bought for her. Because she didn't want Taishan to help her financially, she only hoped he could help her get a job at her father's hospital, so she could support her family on her own. Seeing her determination, Taishan didn't quite understand it, but he still respected her wishes. So the next day Jingxian saw his ex-girlfriend working at the hospital front desk, and his mood instantly soured. He angrily called Minxiu into his office, ordering her to resign immediately. But Minxiu coolly reminded him of his father-in-law, saying if he wanted her gone he'd need the older man's approval first, otherwise she wouldn't be leaving anytime soon. Without another word she turned and left, leaving him fuming. Determined to end their relationship once and for all, Jingxian secretly hired someone to take photos of their date, and mailed them to his father-in-law's mother posing as a reporter. The elderly woman, upon seeing the photos, realized her son was in love again, and this time with a woman younger than his own granddaughter, so she immediately arranged to meet with Minxiu, and scolded her harshly face to face, saying she couldn't believe such a father raised a daughter like her. Knowing her brother was Taishan's son-in-law, how could she still date her uncle by marriage? Minxiu had no way to defend herself, and could only endure the harsh words in silence. When Taishan found out, he immediately went to see his girlfriend. He knew she had suffered humiliation from his mother, so this time he decided to make a life-changing choice. He took her to a cozy romantic bar. Because that night Taishan planned to propose to her, he wanted to make her his lawful wife and secure their relationship forever.